Seen these videos on YouTube with people giving you a quick tour of the small studio and the bedroom setup. These videos I was looking at before I sort of got up and running with my equipment, and I found them quite interesting and informative really, because I haven't got a clue where to start, but I knew I wanted to start making music. So now I'm up and running. I've been up and running and I've had this equipment for about 1.5 years now. So I thought probably about time for me to get a video out there, and hopefully I can help somebody else answer some of the questions that they might have. The main thing that I would like to put out there is that you don't need an awful lot of money to start. Altogether, over the last 1.5 years, I've spent about £1,000 on equipment, and as you can see, it's quite minimal. It looks good, but you don't even need to spend that much, to be honest with you. I originally started off with this computer down here, which is a compact Presario. This is the main focal point really of your production setup. You need a half decent computer, and talking about 3 gig of RAM, and this has got a 300 gig hard drive as well, so it's ideal for you know, creating music, enough space on there. So you need an half decent computer to start with. This computer didn't cater for dual monitors, so what I'd done, I was being greedy, to be honest with you. I could produce the music and do what I need to do on one monitor, but for those of you who are aware of Reason, what you can do in Reason is detach the sequencer window, which is this here on the right. Obviously by going up to window, which is up there, and then you click on detach sequencer window and it'll bring it over here. It just gives you a little bit more room and freedom because everything's all in one window on Reason. So on the left hand side now I've got me rack with me mixer and me instruments and whatnot on it, and like I say, on the right hand side I've got my sequencer window so I can see what's going on in my timeline. I find it a lot better to work like that, and these other sort of DAWs that you can do this in as well, but like I say, I'm using Reason at the moment. Reason 5 has just come out actually, while I'm on the subject, but these DAWs are they're massive, and to be honest with you, you can get as much equipment and the newest equipment as you want, but at the end of the day, if you master the equipment you've got or the programs you've got, then you don't need to keep going out there and buying the next best thing. Get used to what you're working with and master that first, because there's endless possibilities on these programs. So that was my computer, dual monitors. Like I say, I found that quite handy. Reference monitors, these are my active monitors. Originally I just had PC speakers. You don't need to go out and get yourself a pair of these, but eventually I recommend that you do. Like I say, not to start with, but they're just low frequency monitors, and what they'll do, if you produce your music on here, tones it all down, and if it sounds good on here, once you've mixed it down, it's going to sound good on pretty much anything. What these ones are, the Alesis M1 Active 520s. They're ideal for small spaces, small studios and DJ setups. They're really good reference monitors. They're not the best by a long shot. They only cost me £160, so again, it was because I had a low budget that I got these. And for me, in that price range, they're the best ones you can get. Another little feature on them, what I like, this blue neon light. It clips red when there's too much input going into it from whatever you're making the music on. So when that clips red, you know you need to turn whatever it is that's going through there down a little bit. And that can also be seen on here, which is my interface, audio interface. These have got 2 sort of levels either side, as you can see, and they clip red again when the input or the output's too high. This is the Novation Neo 24, or 2.4 really, because it's 2 in and 4 out. Ideal for recording, reducing latency. It's got phantom power for a condenser mic for recording vocals, which is ideal. I like the fact that it's got these 2 headphone jacks, so you and whoever's in the studio with you can listen to the recording at the same time. You get effects with this for recording guitar. I don't record a lot of guitar through here, but I've got a friend who plays guitar, he brings it round, we plug it in, and he just plays the chords and strums away, to be honest with you, and I can just add effects to it from the Novation rack that you get with this, so that's quite good. This is my external hard drive. It's not necessary, but what you'll find is you don't like to have all your music that you've created or your samples or even just your information on your computer anyway, just in one place, just in case. So I got myself one of these. It's about 40 quid. It's a Seagate Free Agent Go, and that's got 320 gig on it. It's not huge. I mean, you can get terabytes and whatnot now, but it's ideal for me. And I I've put a load of stuff on there and it's hardly even touched it, so there's still a lot of space on there, so that's ideal. The way I'm writing my music into my programs is using this Oxygen 61 from M-Audio. This is the second controller I've had in the year and a half. I did have the M-Audio Axiom 25, but that's really more of a sort of get up and go MIDI control. You can take that with anywhere with you on a train and whatnot, travelling in a backpack. It's ideal for that. So I decided to get myself something with a little bit more width. This has got the 61 keys in front of you on the Axiom, like say it's the Axiom 25, so you've got your 25 keys. You need to keep going up and down the transpose, which you can do on this actually, as you can see, but it's just having all the keys in front of you. I weighed up the pros and cons. It's not as good quality build, if I'm honest with you. You've got semi-weighted keys on the Axiom 25, whereas on this 61 you haven't. You can run your finger right underneath there because there's no weight behind them whatsoever. They're just really plasticky. But if you've got a good interface, then your main aim is to reduce latency and whatnot. So it doesn't matter how this feels, as long as the latency is reduced. Then as soon as you're hitting it on here, it's coming straight through your computer out of your monitors. You're laughing. That's all you need. Another one of the main reasons I got this is because it's got more control surfaces on it, and what you can do is you can make Reason sort of learn these. So when I move one of these, what I can do is you can move sort of one of these sliders and off faders on here, which is quite nice. I'm looking to get the Remote Zero SL from Novation in the near future as well, because that's ideal. It's got auto map on it, and what that'll do is allow me to sort of click on any instrument or the mixer on there on Reason, and it auto maps to the Remote Zero, so you can use the faders and sliders on there, and there's a lot more range. Stuff like these stands, I got these stands for £100. £100 it was for the pair. The sturdy, nice stand. You see, it's got a triangle base, so they're nice and sturdy. They weren't necessary, or they're not necessary to be honest with you. You can just put your monitors wherever you want, to be honest with you. But as you can see, my workstation is pretty much full. I think it's just a sort of workstation for a PC and an office type desk. But I've got it kitted out with my equipment, and it looks nice and tidy. So I needed more room. So I got these, so it didn't take too much room up. That's about it really. That's the equipment I've got. So obviously you need yourself a nice decent computer, a MIDI controller. You don't necessarily need an interface to start with. You can use the sound card that's in your computer, but eventually you'll probably realise you're going to sort of want to get an interface a lot more powerful and reduces the latency a lot more. Like I say, you don't need dual monitors. I just got it because it's ideal for Reason. And again, you don't even need studio monitors in terms of these active ones here. You can just use PC speakers, but again, once you start getting into it, you'll realise you need a little bit more quality and a bit more quality in your referencing, so you will sort of look into getting some of these. Like I say, the whole setup cost me about £1,000 in all, but I started off gradually. And so the ideal thing to do is watch these videos, weigh up the pros and cons of the equipment you're looking at getting, and one of the best things to do is get yourself on eBay and see if there's any sort of deals going on, because you can pick up some quality second-hand controllers on there. Just step back and show you the room again actually, because it's just to show you I'm working in quite a small space. And one of the features I forgot to mention about these speakers is they've got an acoustic button on the back that makes up for the being bad acoustics. For example, these aren't supposed to be in the corner, and they're not directly in the corner. They are set away from the corner a little bit, but you've got an acoustic value switch on the back between sort of 1 to 4, and that'll make up for the bad acoustics in the room. And you can go as far as putting sort of sound condense and stuff on the wall, foam and whatnot, but again, it's not needed. If you're just doing something small, a small studio at home, just crack on with the limited equipment and a small budget. See how you go, and if you're starting to enjoy yourself, then sort of invest in more equipment. But like I say, the aim of this video is just to show that you don't need an awful lot of money. You can get some nice equipment between sort of £500 and £1,000, and just enjoy yourself. Don't try and take it too seriously, and then get yourself a video out there and sort of help other people who are getting into it. Like I say, you can get in touch with me on MySpace or YouTube if you've got any questions or anything. Hopefully I'll be able to answer them. And listen to the music as well. Give me some feedback on the music. I'm not trying to say I'm the best producer in the world, to be fair, but I'd like to think I've made some half decent tunes, so you've seen where the music's coming from. Now get yourself on YouTube, MySpace, listen to my music, and again get in touch with me for any questions. And also, if anybody likes any of the music and thinks that they might want to remix it, that would be ideal. I'm looking for somebody to have a little bit of talent and just remix one of my tunes for me. I just fancy that happening at the moment, so get in touch. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, any feedback would be great. Thanks very much. Enjoy yourself. Make some nice music. Bye bye.